Hey everyone, today on People Now, new baby alert. Chris Pratt and Katherine Schwarzenegger Pratt welcome a baby girl. Rachael Ray, her husband, and their dog are safe after a house fire. We have the details. Some music video drama, and Cardi B is not here for it. See how she defends Kylie Jenner's cameo. And what does Tiger King's Carole Baskin think of the WAP music video? Plus,
I got the idea when I was swimming with sharks with Zac Efron.
Adam DeVine stops by People Now to talk all about his new Quibi show called Bad Ideas and tells us how Zac Efron actually inspired it. All that and more today on People Now. Let's go. Hey everyone, welcome to People Now. Hope you're having a good Monday so far and hope you all had an amazing weekend. We have a lot of really exciting things to get to today. Starting with this, we have some baby news. Here's what you need to know and what's trending for your Monday. Multiple sources confirmed to People that Chris Pratt and Katherine Schwarzenegger Pratt have welcomed their first child together, a baby girl. Katherine's brother Patrick revealed in a video shared by Entertainment Tonight that his sister and brother-in-law are doing great. Another source tells People that the couple spent the weekend at home with their new baby and says that Katherine had a good pregnancy and is hoping for a speedy recovery, adding so far so good. The source also tells People that Katherine is going through all the first-time mom emotions. They say she is extremely happy, but a bit tired and overwhelmed. But the source adds that Chris is doing an amazing job, and Katherine finds it comforting that he is already a dad and understands how it is to have a newborn. Chris is also father to son Jack, who turns 8 on August 17th. Chris shares Jack with his ex-wife, Anna Faris. In April, a source told People that Chris and Katherine, who wed in June of 2019, were excited for Jack to become a big brother. The source explained that after Chris and Katherine got married, they couldn't wait to grow their family. And speaking of family, Katherine's parents, Maria Shriver and Arnold Schwarzenegger, have already met their new granddaughter. A source tells People that due to COVID-19 restrictions, the families couldn't meet the baby at the hospital, but as soon as Kat and the baby got home from the hospital, Maria and Arnold visited. The source adds that Maria is making sure Katherine has everything that she needs and says they are both proud grandparents. Rachael Ray and her family are safe after a fire erupted at her upstate New York home on Sunday, according to her rep. But while she, her husband John, and their dog Bella are fine, the rep adds, quote, "The house is unfortunately damaged and we don't yet know to what extent." The Warren County Sheriff's Office confirmed that firefighters rushed to the house in Lake Luzerne around 8 p.m. on Sunday, while a rep for the county told CNN that nothing about the fire seems suspicious and they are currently working to determine the cause. Hours before the fire erupted at her home, Rachael shared photos to Instagram of some fancy meat and cheese boxes and sandwiches that she packed for her husband's day out with his friends. Rachael wrote in part that it was a golf day and John's first friend outing in months. The celebrity chef has been filming her daytime talk show and cooking from her home during the coronavirus pandemic. In April, she gave fans a closer look at her cooking space with an in-depth tour of her kitchen. In that video, she also showed off a variety of art pieces and photographs gifted to her by close family friends. Well, we are so glad to hear that no one was injured in the fire and that Rachael and her family are safe. Cardi B is defending her decision to put Kylie Jenner in her WAP music video. Cardi debuted the video on Friday, which features a collab with Megan Thee Stallion and cameos from Normani, Ruby Rose, Kylie Jenner, and more. But some fans were so upset by Kylie's appearance that over the weekend they created a change.org petition to edit her out. On Twitter, one user criticized Kylie's cameo, claiming that she only walked down the hall while Normani performed more complicated choreography. They wrote, "If that's not a perfect visual indication of Black women having to do the most and white women doing the bare minimum to get somewhere, I don't know what is." Responding to that comment, Cardi wrote in since deleted tweets that Normani was given the best part of the song, adding that it wasn't about race. She also said that Kylie's cameo came about due to personal connections, revealing that Kylie's ex, Travis Scott, and Cardi's husband, Offset, are close friends, that Kylie's mom, Kris Jenner, has been giving Cardi advice, and that Chris's boyfriend, Corey Gamble, is also friendly with Offset. So there you go. One fan was on Cardi's side of the argument, writing, "Normani danced, that's her talent. Kylie strutted like a model, that's her talent." To which Cardi simply responded, "Exactly." Aside from the Kylie drama, fans have been having a blast over the weekend making edits and memes from the video. One meme even photoshopped Viola Davis into Kylie Jenner's place. Viola shared the image on her social media, writing, "Who did this?" She also shared an edit of the music video that showed her How to Get Away with Murder character Annalise Keating dancing in one of the mansion doors that Cardi and Megan opened in the video. Viola hilariously captioned that post, #HowToGetAwayWithWAP. It's pretty great. Cardi responded to that saying, "I'm so fan out right now, you don't even know." But one person that is not a fan of the music video is Tiger King's Carole Baskin. While she was happy to see that the Wildcats featured in the video appear to be photoshopped, she doesn't think that the process of getting the cats in front of a green screen would be ethical. She opened up to EW, explaining that cats don't pose like that in the wild. She adds, "That tells me they probably dealt with one of the big cat pimps who make a living from beating, shocking, and starving cats to make them stand on cue in front of a green screen in a studio." She explained, "That's never good for the cat." She went on to slam the video for even including the cats in the first place, because she says it serves to glamorize the idea of rich people having tigers as pets.
All right, stay with us. Actor Adam DeVine has some bad ideas, but his new Quibi show, Bad Ideas, is not one of them. We're talking to him about that and so much more. Stick around.
Carrie Kuhn is the latest celebrity to swing by PeopleTV's Couchsurfing, and she opens up about starring in Gone Girl opposite Ben Affleck and that infamous ending to HBO's The Leftovers. Take a look.
My twin brother.
Your twin brother.
Yeah,
Played
Ben
by
and I
Ben
were playing
Affleck.
twins. Yeah, we were 8 years apart. I really adore Ben. He's very special to me. And that project was film school. I went to film school. David Fincher taught me so much about being on camera, and I did Gone Girl right before we started the season of The Leftovers. So by the time I got to my first television series, I knew a little bit more of literally the vocabulary. I didn't even know the vocabulary of film.
In a world full of orphans, they still had each other.
Yeah, there it is. There's our final monologue from The Leftovers. I didn't know that's how the show was going to end.
You
I was
didn't?
not warned. Nope. I was not consulted. Not that I wanted to be consulted. I was, I come from the theater where there's a lot of respect for writers, for the authors of a play, for the playwright. And so I never got in the way of the writing. I come to find out later that a lot of actors were always emailing and talking to Damon about where the storyline was going, and I didn't even know that you could do that. So
We had Justin on the couch and showed him this very scene.
Uh-huh.
And he believes Nora was lying. What's your theory?
I've always said that I'll never tell.
Wait, so do you have a theory and you won't tell me, your old friend that you've known for years? Or do you not have a theory?
I know what I believed when I was delivering it. And I'll tell you that whether Nora was lying or telling the truth, it doesn't matter. It wouldn't necessarily change the performance. The only thing it would change would that it might dissuade someone who thinks the opposite of me into thinking another way about the piece. And I think that robs the piece of its power. Because what it does is that it reveals to you something about the way you see the world. If you think she's lying or telling the truth. And I don't want to rob anyone of that experience, because I think the most powerful aspect of The Leftovers was its ambiguity.
You can watch Carrie Kuhn dive into her other roles on Couchsurfing, streaming now on PeopleTV.
Tree. Red kayak. I can't even feel the heat. What are we doing? Need some more milk? Green Thai chili. I'm gonna die, man. These are really hot. I don't feel well.
Absolutely that. Woo! 100% that straight to hell.
Thomas didn't eat his. He's out.
In Bad Ideas, Adam DeVine and a famous actor or comedian will travel to different locations in search of adventures that are already inherently dangerous with an added, albeit bad twist. I caught up with the comedian where we talked about his new Quibi show, his bad ideas, and isolating with his fiance. Watch. I know you got engaged to your longtime girlfriend, Chloe Bridges, last October.
That's right.
Did
That
this
is right.
process, where did it move the needle on your relationship? Being close quarters all the time, no escape.
It was, we got engaged, then bingo bango, the pandemic hit, and I was like, good test for our relationship. Personally, every day, I've loved it. I feel like I've grown more in love with her every day. I think she's ready to call it off. Because now
like we need to bring her in and stage an intervention to bring her back on board.
I didn't know that I breathe heavy and that I smack when I chew, but evidently I didn't do either of those things before quarantine. But now I'm a heavy breather and I'm a smacker, which are two obviously divorceable offenses.
Yeah, clearly. Well, it's funny. I've been married for a few years now, and I will tell you, it's wild how one time things that were at one point very cute and sweet and like, oh, that's an adorable little factor about you. That's something I love. Turn into the petty things that like, that is it. If I hear that breath one more time, you know? And so pandemic I think you've lived the equivalent of maybe 5 years of marriage now.
Hey, honestly, we haven't spent this much time together forever. We never have. Because, you know, you're always traveling. I'm doing stuff. I like go off to work and I'm away for a few weeks. And then she'll come for a week and then she has to go off to work. And so this has been exactly what you said. We're 5 years deep at this point.
The pandemic really put a halt on production and things. I heard that you were on day 2 of filming season 2 of The Righteous Gemstones when everything kind of shut down. When are things supposed to pick back up? How's that kind of playing out for you guys?
Well, I mean, who knows? We were supposed to go back around this time, and then they called, and we shoot in South Carolina, and they were like, don't come here.
Ain't happening.
And yeah, I think that, you know, they were like, obviously cases are on the rise everywhere, and especially in South Carolina, and they were like, this is too dangerous. So we're thinking 2021 for people to get the gemstones back in their life. But, you know, I feel like we're in the same boat as most people. Let's
get into bad ideas. If people aren't aware, you get into many bad things, bad ideas like hot pepper eating, where I saw you tweet about it. I think you said, my sweat was out of control.
Oh, I like weirdly just right underneath my lovely moobs. It was just, I don't know why that was the first part of my body that just was like, just letting it flow. But yeah, no, we did. It's on Quibi, and it's such a fun show. It's such a fun show to do. I got the idea when I was swimming with sharks with Zac Efron, shooting Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, and we went out and we swam with sharks, and there was dozens of sharks everywhere, and it was terrifying. But I was thinking later, I was like, oh, I'm never gonna forget this for the rest of my life. I might get old, get dementia, forget about a lot of things, but that shark diving with Zac Efron, not gonna forget it. So I was like, this is a show where me and my celebrity friends go and do insane stuff that neither of us will ever forget, and hopefully make a show that people won't forget as well.
I think it'd be very fun to be in sort of that idea room and sort of the brainstorm sesh for what ideas you could do on the show. What's on the bad ideas bucket list that's maybe left?
Wuhan wet market. I'm tasting everything.
Great idea. What could go wrong?
I'm just a little sample of everything. Patient zero.
Or all kinds of new stuff that we don't know about.
We actually talked about going to China, not Wuhan, but we're talking about going to China initially for season 1. And we were just like, it's going to cost so much. Season 1, maybe we'll go season 2, because there's a lot of really bad ideas you can get into in China. So when we were supposed to be over there was late February, when we were in Peru shooting, when we first heard about coronavirus, and we were like, that would have been crazy if we were in China right now. Admittedly, a lot of good publicity for the show. We blew it.
Missed opportunity, really. Have you sustained any injuries? I mean, the piranha thing seems like you'd get at least a nibble.
Yeah, I got a few nicks on that one. I broke during the Demolition Derby episode with me and Blake Anderson. I cracked a few ribs.
Oh wow!
That's why I'm cracking my neck a lot lately, is because it tweaked my neck. But that one, weirdly, we just did here in California, and that was kind of a last minute thing of another thing. I was going to go down the level 5 whitewater rapids in an inflatable pirate ship, and they're like, that's too dangerous. You're going to kill yourself. You can't do that. People die on this river. And I'm like, okay. And so we did the Demolition Derby, and that was so scary, way scarier than I thought it was going to be. Like, you're only supposed to do 1 race, and I ended up doing 5, and every these guys, these like hardened demolition derby drivers, were like, that's a horrible idea. Don't do that. And I'm like, I'm doing it. And then it was just so beat up afterwards. I was so sore for like 2 months.
Wow. Is there anything in particular, an episode you're particularly excited for fans to see?
I mean, the pepper eating contest is the first one out the gate. I mean, we led off with that because that was kind of another thing that we sort of threw together, and we were like, I don't know, people have seen pepper eating contests before, because we went down to the Bahamas to shoot a shark episode where I wear a chainmail suit and get attacked by sharks. Couldn't find sharks.
Oh,
we
really?
were down in the Bahamas for 2 whole days. Didn't see a shark. It's just me with meat on my body in a chainmail suit at the bottom of the ocean, waiting for 2 days for sharks to attack. So we're like, we got to do something. And so we did this pepper eating contest with we got some of the hottest peppers in the world. And immediately it was like Stand By Me or The Sandlot, where as soon as I started to puke, everyone down the line was like, blah, blah, blah. And it was absolutely great. I felt bad. This like tourist woman, real sweet lady, she was like, I'll do it. And I'm like, are you sure it's going to get pretty hot? And she's like, I can handle my hot sauce. I'm like, okay. And then she was picking the seeds out, thinking it's going to make it less hot, and then eating the shell, which I'm like, cheating. But then she rubbed her face like this.
Oh, no. And it gets...
You saw the fingerprints on
like
her
inflaming
skin.
her skin.
Yeah, and you saw like hand marks on her face, and her eyes were like red and watering. And I'm like, ruined this poor woman's vacation.
Wow. But
the
she does get the
Rebel,
pride
we did,
of having been on the show with you, my friend.
All right, coming up tomorrow, we'll be joined by Bear Grylls. He's got a crazy new reality series that is putting teens from around the world to the test in some really grueling outdoor activities. He'll tell us more, so don't miss it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.